respected dignitaries on the dais, Shri Professor Vishwanath Karad, founder of MIT Group of Institutions, Shri Ranjan Mathai, ex-IFS, Shri Prakash Singh Ji, ex-IPS, Shri D.P. Agarwal, ex-chairman UPSC, Shri Praveen Dikshit, ex-IPS. My dear fellow colleagues and my dear friends, a very good afternoon to all of you. Before going further, I must first of all thank MIT, MIT SOG, MIT CST for inviting us here, for giving us this honor, this encouragement, which we're going to take far in our future career. I remember I was in my class in my fourth standard back in my, in the school days, in a school which was nearby my village. One day, somebody came to inspect our school, and he entered our classroom. There was a boy named Javed who used to sit just in front of me. And the inspector asked him this question: "What does your father do?" He said, "My father is bread." I was sitting behind him, and all of us, we started laughing. Actually, his father was a small baker. He had a small bakery shop. So he had to say that my father works in a bakery shop, but he said my father is bread. And we all started laughing. The same person asked me the question, "What does your father do?" I said, "My father is a teacher." Today, when I look back, upon the whole journey, I realize how much privileged I had been, that my father was a teacher, that he could, put the pen in my hand, and he could guide me and teach me how to read, how to write, and how to speak. And how unprivileged Javed was, because his father was working in that small bakery shop, and he could not complete his even 8th standard, and today he's working in that small bakery shop. When during in secondary and higher secondary education, I had one more cousin sister. We were studying in the same class. She was doing much better than me. She used to work harder than me. She was damn good at studies. I was not that good. So in 11th and 12th, I told my parents and other relatives, I want to, join an IIT. I want to qualify this examination. She also said, I want to do the same to her parents. What our parents and everybody told us, that okay, they told me to go ahead, you can do it. They told her that you're a girl, kahan engineering karogi? Aapke liye to medical profession bahut acha hai. You should start preparing for MBBS or something like that. And today, she's again in Kashmir. She's doing her bit, and I'm here. I cleared even UPSC examination. She had also told her parents that she wants to go to Delhi or some other place to get coaching and something for this examination. But parents said, "Kahan jaogi? Ab ladki ho, where are you going?" I realized this is exactly the story of all of us. That most of us, we are part of that privileged India. We are talking about, high growth. That we are one of the fastest growing emerging economies in the world. We are a young population, we sitting on a huge demographic dividend. We are in India, which is, sitting on this huge geopolitical cloud, and that today no country can afford to ignore us. That we are again the post-liberalization India, part of that post-liberalization India, who have taken benefit, who have been the part of the fruits that this development and this prosperity had brought us. But at the same time, we have the other India, we have these other Javeds and these Rifats, who do not even get the basic needs of the day. We are more than 1/5 of our population is still living below poverty line. We talk about so much pride about our society and about our culture and values, yet the kind of inequities, yet the kind of stereotypes, be those based on gender, be those based on religion, be those based on caste are there. UPSC examination is considered to be one of the most prestigious examinations, no doubt about it. It's an open competition, and the standard that UPSC has maintained of fairness and integrity is impeccable. Now what do we see? That this year, look at the results. I am a boy, Jasmeet is a boy. We did not top. The topper was a girl. Okay? And now this is not it. She topped, and by such a huge margin, there is nobody distant second or third. There's no one. It's a huge gap. Last year, out of 5 toppers, 5 were in the top 5, 4 of them were girls. The first one being Ira Singhal, who despite all challenges, despite being physically disabled, she did it. She cleared this examination not only once, twice or thrice, but also 3, 4 times, and in the end she topped the examination with such a historic way. And yet, we all believe that, that women or girls are not equal to men. Our boys cannot do, our girls cannot do as our boys do. I was telling, in previous interaction as well, that in our country we have this lady, like Mary Kom. Earlier, people used to say that when it comes to boxing, when it comes to some such kind of things, girls can do it. She proved that girls can do it. Then we used to say that, married women cannot do it. She proved it, that married women can do it much better than the guys. Then was a time that people said, no, mothers can do it. If you raise babies, you gotta look about some other career plans. She said, I can be a champion even if I'm a mother of 2 children. So I think this is all about breaking those stereotypes. It's all about, breaking those prejudices that we all have inherited along with other positive things. We still, when it comes to religion, when it comes to caste, when it comes to gender, when it comes to even region, your language, the kind of bias that comes into our minds, the kind of, the kind of dissonance that we face, we have to overcome that dissonance. We have to realize that at the end of the day, we have to emulate something like a bodhisattva, who himself is eligible to achieve nirvana, but does not want nirvana. He wants everybody of us also to reach that stage and achieve a collective nirvana. We should be like, as we heard in the stories of Krishna and Radha, that Radha and Krishna are going together, so they're walking together. And all of a sudden, Radha, she looks at somebody, she looks at a jeev, a thing or an object which is in very suffering. She feels that pain. She feels that compassion and that karuna. And then she tells Krishna that you have the power, you have the capacity. Please heal this person who is in pain. Please heal, please relieve this object of suffering. We have to be both Krishna as well as Radha. We have to be both compassionate as well as the person. We need to have that will where we do something to relieve the pain of the others. So this whole thing, this clearing civil service examination, aspiring for this examination, it has to be about everything else but not us. It has to be beyond us. It has to be for the person who is last in the queue. Because only then we can do what we call, we can take this country forward. We can take this country to the echelons of prosperity and progress that we want. I would like to end with a quote by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He says that for sustainable earth, we need great citizens. And by great citizens, he meant citizens with righteousness in heart. He says that when there is righteousness in heart, there's beauty in character. And when there is beauty in character, there's harmony at home. And when there is harmony at home, there is order in the nation. And when there is order in a nation, there's peace in the world. Thank you so much.